everyone, my name is Alpha. Welcome to plummysims and welcome to today's speed build. I hope you're all doing well and having such a fantastic day. So today we are going to build a museum. So this is actually my first ever time building a museum, so I have no idea. I still haven't, but I did my best here. And this is for my save file, and as I've already mentioned a bunch of times now, I am working on my upcoming save file, which is Oasis Springs save file, even though I've just done the Moonwood Mill 1, and I think from now I'm going to slowly create like a mega save file where I compile all of the works I've done for each world into one like complete save file, if that makes any sense. But please keep in mind it will take a very long time, even though I think I just love doing this type of project because it challenges me very much and I do really enjoy that. But as I mentioned, this is a museum, and I don't know about you, but I have to say that Courtyard Oasis kit it's going to be my most favorite kit alongside the Little Campers kit because they're just so cute. And I mean, with Courtyard Oasis kit, we have nothing quite like this in game, so I decided just to reuse some items that are on that kit and kind of like bring them into this build. So it's going to be like a, I don't know, like a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern type of a build. And I tried to limit the packs usage, but again, I failed miserably because on this build, I have to mention that I used Journey to Batuu, even though it's just like a very small amount of the items, but I used that ceiling lamp in every single corner of this build. So if you don't have Journey to Batuu, that's just a little heads up. You might experience that the ceiling lights will be shown differently. Just a little heads up on that. But I think I used quite a lot of packs, even though not that many, but still a lot. But I think I mostly use base game, Courtyard Oasis, and Jungle Adventure, I believe, and also some items from base game. But the interior part will be kind of like a mix between different packs and kits. And I think when you build a museum, you might found the what is that pack? The celebrity pack. What is that? Oh, Get Famous packs come in handy because they have quite a bunch of varieties of sculptures, and I think it's necessary to have that in museum. Even though I have to say that when I first placed this build or built this build, I did place some of the like jugs and vases and something like that. I'm not sure what to call that, but those things in the front part of the build, and it does count as sculpture. So we have a bunch of sculpture here. And speaking of which, I've never thought of loving Get Famous as much because, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the world. It's just very small and the lighting is just weird, except for the like huge part on the like the very top part of the map. But on the like neighborhood area, I'm not sure what to call that, but the middle part of the map is just not good for me, and I haven't found like the perfect lighting for that. I mean, the time of the day that's going to be like an okay lighting for that, so that's why I haven't built in Del Valley in at least a year now, maybe. But the items are really cool for museums, so you can go with like a very old traditional museum or even like scientific futuristic type of museum with Get Famous. But I decided just to build something kind of like a cultural museum, and actually I wanted to build a build using the round walls, round rooms, circular rooms, something like that, but it's not here yet, and I record this on the 20th. So we still have, or at least I still have to wait for a few more days to be able to have the access to the like curved walls update. but I originally wanted to build a dovecote, and it's common, I think, in Qatar. Hope I'm saying that right, but yeah, I've been wanting to build a kind of like a brown build. It is a really cool like building, and I don't know, I haven't seen anything quite like that. I haven't seen anyone build something like that, so I wanted to build that, and I think I'm going to pop the like dovecote thing on the screen. So if you do live in, I don't know, like Middle East, like Qatar or Bahrain, or I don't know, Kuwait maybe, you might be familiar with that build. But yeah, I've been wanting to build that, and it's just nearly impossible to build that using like regular wall tool. It's just impossible because it's totally curved, and actually it's perfect circle, so it just doesn't make sense. But since we're getting that, I'm quite happy with that because I have a few builds that I have been planning to do, but it's just I can't build that yet because it has like round walls and everything. So I'm going to build that very soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And by the way, the name of this build is Hadara. I hope I'm saying that right because I legit like did some research on like certain different websites to, you know, like what to name your museum. I always do that every single time I finish a build, and I came across different options, but I want this to be a very like cultural museum, so you can, I don't know, like maybe like you can see some artifacts from the past and some valuable things, I would say, basically from the past. And I think, please do indicate me if I name this incorrectly, but Hadara I think means culture or something like knowledge, something like that. So I do have an Arabic friend and some Egyptian friends, but I haven't asked them about the word for culture, so hopefully I did this right. But again, if I'm not, please do educate me. I'm very open to that. And we have technically 3 but 2 levels here. So the first one over here is supposed to be the showroom, and we have a toilet here, or 2 toilets. And on the upstairs, since museums have to have at least 2 easels or 3, I'm not sure, I decided just to, you know, like create the upstairs to be like a class, kind of like a painting class or sculpture class, basically something like that. But we do also have some showroom or display room, museum part, whatever do you call that, on the upstairs. So just a little FYI on that, because you might be wondering why do we have some easels and the, what do you call that, the sculpture table thing, basically that thing. I'm not sure what the name of that thing, but you know, when you create the craftables like toilets or like the sculptures, like the horse sculptures, or even, I don't know, like the planter boxes, I believe. But yeah, that table, and I think it looks okay. I like this build very much, especially the exterior, and I actually inspired by a kind of like a render, like a yeah, basically like a render, like a miniature render, something like that, from Pinterest, of course, because I spend most of my spare times on Pinterest, like googling up some ideas and stuff. And I think I still have that on my folder, so I'm going to put it on the screen. And actually, I was so nervous when I have to build a museum because, one, I rarely go to museums. I think I can tell that all my life I've only visited like 5 or less than 5 museums, which I think it might sound crazy, but yeah, I'm not a very museum type of person. But that's why I was so very nervous when I have to build this. But I wanted to build a museum since, I don't know, like last year. So I kind of just like wing it and tried my best to finish this. Luckily, I like this build so much. And here is the upstairs. So we have a grand piano. So my thought process was this kind of like a platform area over here can be change, like if they want to, you know, like showcase some new items, or I don't know, like the most valuable historical treasures, something like that, maybe. That's basically that. And this is actually my first time using the grand piano from My Wedding Stories. I think it looks really nice, and it's kind of like antique in a way. I mean, the base game one is actually perfect for this build, but since I haven't used this one yet, I mean, this is my first time, I decided just to use this, and I think it looks really cool here. I just love this build so much. And at first I thought the exterior looks a bit bland, but once I put some landscaping, I think it looks okay. It doesn't look too bland, but not too busy. And also on this build, I didn't really do terrain paints that much, because I don't know about you, but I feel like some lots in Oasis Springs and Strangerville don't have to have a ton of like terrain paints, and this is the case on this build. So if you felt like this build lacks of terrain paints, that's why. And if you'd like to change something on this build, please do that. I don't mind that at all. And I believe I do put an item from several different packs, such as Paranormal or Cats and Dogs, I believe, because I only use the parrot sculpture thing from Paranormal and the kind of like aquarium glass table thing. I'm not sure, it's not an aquarium, but it's kind of like a Tom miniature, if that makes sense, from Cats and Dogs. And that's basically the only items that I use from Cats and Dogs. So if you don't have some packs that I use on this build, make sure to check what I did put on this build on the gallery, because you can check it out by, you know, like check it on the gallery, of course. And that's basically that. So we are back to the exterior part here, and as you can tell, I tried to make this kind of like a thing, the dot thing, the kind of like a pipe thing. I'm not sure what to call that again, but that thing, to make it more, I don't know, like historically accurate, even though it's not really, but it adds something to the exterior. And I want to have some like detailing on the outside, so it doesn't look too bland. And we have some sort of kind of like a canal, I think that's how you say it, around the build, because I think it adds the kind of like Oasis touch, if that makes sense. And I think it makes this build has some Arabic influence a little bit more, because I'm not sure if it's enough, but yeah, I just love this build so much, and hopefully you feel the same too. So on the front we have kind of like a mini food court. I believe I put the Moroccan food stall, I think. I could be wrong, or Mexican, I'm not sure, but it's either of both. And I think it's going to add a little bit of depth in gameplay. So if you bring your Sims here for, I don't know, maybe like a date or something like that, and your Sims get hungry when they visit this build, you can grab some food there, even though I'm pretty sure you have to hire the vendors yourself. So that's $100 or simoleons for that. Just a little heads up on that. But yeah, I think that's it. We're going to put some more detailing, a little bit more detailing on the outside, and we'll be heading on to the screenshots in just a little bit. So if you'd like to download this build, this is already available on the gallery. My ID is elfathiera, or you can find it under the hashtag plummysims. You can also find the download link on the description box below that will bring you to my Ko-fi blog post. It'll have two different links. The first one is the gallery download link, and the other one is the Stray Files link from SimFileShare. So yeah, I think that's it. I really hope you find this video entertaining and inspiring. And if you do, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Also make sure to be subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to, you can also ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to go now. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me today and supporting me. I hope you have the very best day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!